What is up, guys? Today we're going to be setting up DVWA, or Darn Vulnerable Web Application. YouTube's still weird about cursing, so we keep PG here. So today we're going to be installing an Ubuntu virtual machine and setting up the DVWA application and making sure that it is accessible from that instance as well as other virtual machines that you may use, e.g. a Kali Linux virtual machine. You can also do this on Kali. It's the same run through. It'll be the same thing both times, but installing will be a little bit different because you have to install the Kali Linux ISO, but we will get into that later. So first thing you want to do is grab Ubuntu. So we just need the Ubuntu ISO. Just grab whatever is the newest. I'll have this link in the video description, so you guys can just click that. You can do Ubuntu server, it just won't have a GUI. So we're just going to grab 20.04. You can grab 2010 if you are experimental. You don't even have to do any of this. It just grabs it for you. It is 2.6 gigs. I already have it, so I'm going to hit cancel. Close that, and then you're going to need VMware Workstation. So it is free. Not a lot of people know that VMware has a free offering. VMware Workstation. I can't spell ever, especially in videos. It's awful. Let's go to VMware, downloads, free product downloads, workstation player, and then try it. It says try, but it is a free download that you can use forever. It's not a trial or anything. And then you just run through the wizard and you're good to go. Once you open it up, it's going to look something like this. I already have my Ubuntu, but if you go to home and open a virtual machine, you just go to wherever you downloaded it. It'll be in download somewhere. And you're going to want to click on the folder, and then it'll have a .vmx file or a .ova file maybe. Click on that, it'll open it up. Make sure you do move all these files to where you want them to be forever. So if it's in downloads and you don't want it in downloads, move it to documents or your desktop or something. I have mine in documents, virtual machines, and then I have my Ubuntu, and it looks like that .vmx right there. Once you're done with that, it's going to look something like this. You can edit the settings, add some RAM, processing cores, whatever you want. One thing to look at is the network controller, and I'm having a hard time looking at it. Network adapter, I have mine on bridged, and that replicates a physical network connection state to your local network, but you can use NAT, and this will be a lot easier with NAT. So I do recommend you use NAT if you're going to be doing an Ubuntu VM as well as a Kali VM, and they're going to be talking to each other. So do NAT, hit OK, and then play the virtual machine. We're going to want to maximize this so we can see everything a little bit better. Once it loads up, it will ask you to create a user. I already have mine. Enter in a password. If it's not maximizing for you, just unmaximize and remaximize, and it'll figure out your screen size. And then we are going to be opening up a terminal. First thing you want to do is get the dependencies. So a good thing to do is to just update and upgrade. So we're going to sudo apt update, give it our password. It's going to grab the newest updates. And then sudo apt upgrade. This can take a while, so make sure you have the time to run it. I don't have anything new. There are some things that I can remove, but we're not going to worry about that. Then we're going to get our dependencies. So this depends on PHP, Apache, MariaDB-server. I'm saying that probably wrong. php-mysqli, php-gd, and libapache2-mod-php. So we're going to sudo apt install, and we're just going to run through that. So php apache 2. Yes, I know this is outdated. It's what works best with DVWA. Mariah db-server php-mysqli php-gd and libapache 2-mod-php. Once you have all that, just hit enter and it will install all of them for you. I do have them already installed. It may have an issue where you need to apt get install -- fix missing or upgrade or update. Just do another update and it should fix everything that was missing from your prerequisites. The next thing we're going to do is going to set up our folder structure. So we're going to cd out of our home and into our root. Now we're going to cd into var, and we're going to create a directory called www, and this is our World Wide Web. So make dir www. Now we have www. It is fun to say. And then we're going to also sudo make dir HTML. And this is where we're going to be cloning the DVWA GitHub into this folder. So we're going to cd into HTML, and then we're going to get the GitHub. So we're just going to search. You can see I've already done this before, DVWA git, and it is from DigiNinja. We're going to grab this URL, git, don't forget sudo git clone, and then we're just going to paste that URL. If you don't have git installed, it should tell you to just sudo apt get install git, and you should be good. So we're going to hit enter, and it's going to clone this into HTML. And now we have our DVWA. We can cd into it, and it will show us the structure of the website. Now, the next thing we want to do is configure our config.inc.php file. So we're going to cd into our config file. And you can see it has .inc.php.dist. We want to sudo nano or whatever text editor you want to use. That could be Vim, it could be text edit. I don't know what you guys use, whatever you want. Or you could be like me and use nano. Just make sure to install nano the same way we've been installing everything else. Sudo apt install nano. And then tab autocomplete, hit enter, and we're going to want to change a couple of things. So if you want to change the database name and the username, you can just make note of that because we're going to be using these later. And then also you can change the password, but for this, it is meant to be hacked, not necessarily this password, but it's not a secure application anyway, so it doesn't really matter. If you want to change the application port, this is where you do it. Here are the reCAPTCHA keys. We're going to be doing those in a second. And then we will be setting the security level to low because that is what we're going to be starting out with on the next video. PHP IDs, and then blah, 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 blah. So grab the reCAPTCHAs. We're just going to right click this right here and open it. I'm going to create a new site because I already have one. We're going to call it DVWA test. reCAPTCHA v2 is what is recommended on DVWA's GitHub. Doing the I'm not a robot checkbox, and then for domain, you can put whatever you want. So I'm putting loopback, which is the IP that I'll be running it from. It's not a public IP. It's not even a local IP. It is loopback. It only goes on your system. It's the same thing as localhost. Accept the terms of service and send alerts. You can turn that off if you want. Submit, and you will get these keys. So this is your site key or your public key. And we're going to paste that in there. And then we're also going to grab the secret key or the private key, and we can close this window now. And then paste our private key in there. Once you're done, we're going to be writing this out to a different name. We're going to get rid of the .dist and hit enter. And yes, to save under a different name, Control X, and now we can open up our DVWA and we see it is running. We are not in the clear yet. Let's go to setup.php, and we can see there's a couple things wrong. One thing is these folders are not writable, and then also if we try to create a database, you guys will not be able to create a database. The database is still running in the background, but we're going to set up a database right now. So right where you are in your terminal, you're going to run a couple commands. So we're going to run sudo mariadb, and this is basically MySQL for anyone who's already used it. And we're going to be creating the database and setting it up. So create database DVWA. I can't spell. Mine says can't create, but you guys's will not. And then we're going to say create user DVWA at localhost identified by password, and make sure this is the password that you set up in the config file. Make sure it is exactly how you see it, with a @ is for the A and a 0 for the O. And then grant all on DVWA dot asterisk to DVWA at localhost, and then flush privileges. And that should have set up our database. Once we have our database, we can exit. And now when you try to go back to setup.php and you click create or reset database, it should look like mine, where it says setup successful, please log in, and then it will refresh to the login page. We're gonna go back to setup, because on mine and probably on yours, these 3 file structures are not writable. So we're gonna fix those. Now, you guys are gonna hate me. There is definitely a better way to fix these file structures not being writable, but this is the way that I got it working, and I didn't really look too deep into it to find another way to get it working, so this is what we're gonna be doing. We are going to cd out of config, and we are going to run a couple commands. Sudo chgrp www-data hackable uploads. Hit enter. Very similar command next. We're going to be doing www-data external PHP IDs 0.6 lib IDS temp PHP IDs _ log.txt. Hit enter. Then we're going to change the writable. So sudo change mod g plus w hackable uploads, and then sudo change mod g plus w. Same thing, external PHP IDs 0.6 lib IDS temp PHP IDs log.txt, hit enter. That should make those two folders writable. And then we have a third one. Boom. Okay. So it took a little bit extra time, but I ended up figuring out why it did not change. And we had to do the same thing that we did to the hackable uploads and the external PHP IDs. We did sudo chgrp www-data and then uploads, and then sudo changemod g+w config. And so now all three folder structures are writable and our database is ready, and DVWA is running on this server. And we get a login screen. All right, now we have to make sure that the web server is also accessible from an outside VM if you're going to be using it that way. If you're just going to be using this on the same machine on Kali or Ubuntu, then it does not matter. You guys can click off the video and go subscribe and hit like and do all that stuff. But for me, we're going to minimize this, open up VMware again. You can run multiple VMs at the same time, and that's what we're going to do right now. We're going to play this Kali Linux VM. We're going to hit enter, run that. We actually need to go get the IP of this server. So terminal, ifconfig isn't installed. You have to install NetTools, but I'm just going to run it because I already have it. And we see it is 192.168.1.28. Don't worry, that is a local IP. It is not accessible by anyone else. None of you guys can do anything with that. And we are going to open up a web browser. Let's maximize this so you guys can see all of it. And we're going to 192.168.1.28. And if we go to DVWA, login, we can access the web application. I know this is a long video. Thank you for sticking around. If you are still here, I encourage you guys to hit like and get subscribed if you guys like my videos. I will be doing a series on DVWA, starting with brute forcing the login prompt and then progressing to harder and harder topics, and eventually completing darn vulnerable web application. And as always, I'll see you guys all later.